Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about and looking in with the cards to some aspects of Meghan that sometimes get overlooked, maybe not by us, but one of the things that has happened in the past, whether you've followed the Megxit debacle from the jump or whether you've followed it from when they left the royal family or the Oprah interview on Netflix, or if you've just been following it the last few months, you will come to notice there is patterns. There's always patterns with them. And one of the things that they do, and I've been noticing this in the cards as well, gearing up to something. They really are gearing up to something. And they've got a lot of pent up energy because they haven't been able to get their frustration out because some PR guy in Monty Shit Show told them it was best to not slam the royal family in 2024 because two of the senior members of the royal family are undergoing treatment for cancer, or were undergoing treatment for cancer at the time. So they've got a lot of stuff pent up within them. That's what I feel energetically, and that's what I felt energetically last year when it came to what happened around what happened last year, basically, because they went radio silent for a bit and tried to have olive branches and that kind of thing. So what I really want to do with the cards today is look in and just say, is what's she building up to? What's she trolling? I do feel like some of the subjects she's talking about in her podcast, I haven't listened to it. I've seen clips on Twitter. I've seen stuff. So I don't need to go much further than that. Then it's a rinse and repeat of arsewipes. It's a rinse and repeat of arsewipes because it's addressing criticism of her online. And the stuff that she is discussing is motherhood and giving birth and issues around giving birth, which it makes it very easy for her to say, I was very vulnerable and these trolls online questioned my birth narrative, questioned my health narrative, questioned my story, and the people who she's describing as trolls automatically become the bad guys in the public's mind if the public don't pay too much attention to everything that's been going on over the last few years. So this is a game she plays, I feel, in my opinion, from what I see. Because to say having a miscarriage is the same as losing a business doesn't seem, I don't get the connect. I don't get how you can have went through that in comparison to just, in the grand scheme of things, losing a business. The two very different things. So yeah, there's that. So she will get, I feel like she's trolling, guys. I'm going to be honest with you now. I feel like she's trolling. It corrects a narrative she doesn't like that is out there about herself. And she also has an agenda to make sure that everyone believes her narrative around the birth of her children. Recollections may vary, how they got here, how many they are, and all that kind of stuff. But she's trying to shift a narrative. And she's laying it on thick. Her Instagram, I don't have Instagram. I did have an Instagram. I can't get into it. It's there. It's just floating there. I don't want to go back on Instagram. But her Instagram is, I've seen screenshots of it as well. And she's promoting, yeah, she's promoting the Princess of Wales's favourite brands on there. Is that not trolling Catherine? Look what I can do. I can do this. You can't even share the brands you like. But that's okay, because Catherine's just been like, I don't even want my outfits discussed in the press. You know, I'm not a clothes horse. I don't think Catherine would be bothered by that, but Meghan would think that Catherine would be bothered by it, and that's the kicker. So I've just got all of these thoughts. And I think she's trolling. I think she's trolling. I think they're gearing up for something. They're gearing up to try and come for the trolls, they brand trolls of this, the people who are critical of them online. And Lord knows there's thousands, there's millions at this point. You've got everything from huge X accounts like Catturd slamming her to tiny little accounts and people just coming out of nowhere with parodies and things. And it's great. It's fantastic. It's fun, but she can't control it. So she's got to do something. Now, can you imagine having the platform she has and coming after and being bothered by these little counter arguments online? That really is where it is. So it's, say you've got like 100,000 subscribers and somebody with, like, I don't know, a smaller channel, say 1,000 subscribers, 2,000, whatever, 3,500, whatever it is. And this big channel's hyper focused on the small channel. That wouldn't be right. And I feel that really, that's the best analogy I can do it from a YouTuber kind of perspective. But from a Megan perspective, it makes no sense why she would be so focused on smaller YouTubers in comparison platform wise. I mean, Taz has got zillions of subscribers compared to me, and that's cool. But what Megan's doing, and she is aware of Taz, she's making Taz known she was aware of Taz, and she's it's the same energy. It's just like, why would you be so bothered about this one thing? What's the truth? What's going? So there's it's almost like an admission of guilt by that behavior in a way, isn't it? In my mind. So let's have a look. Let's have a see. Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see into Megan's energy. Now, if you've made it through that rant, sorry for a rant. If you've made it through that rant, please subscribe if you haven't already. Share my videos about, I always forget to say this stuff, like all of the YouTubery stuff that I always forget to say, but please do it. It doesn't mean, just because I forget to say it doesn't mean I don't want it, or it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate it when you do, because I really, really do. So thank you guys for being here. Let's have a look and see what Megan says. Let's have a look at her energy. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. There's two wanting to come out. Shall we take the two? I think we'll take the two. Oh, here we go. The Scorpio in reverse and the Strength card. Now, if you're new here, I use various methods to read the tarot. One of them is the astrological signs in each card. Every card has a different sign in it. And of course, all of the other meanings and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, Scorpio. And the Death card as well is in reverse. She's went too far. Things have gone too far. And you've got the Leo card, which is the Strength card in reverse, and that indicates Megan. So she is really gonna basically try and blitzkrieg her critics at some point. She is gonna try it. The Strength in reverse, she's not happy with how she is portrayed. And of course, this Strength in reverse, she wants to show us that she is very vulnerable and not this kind of Devil Wears Prada, but in beige diva stomping around, smashing plates, pretending that she's a nice person. She wants us to believe that she's vulnerable, and there's a vulnerability about her. The Death card in reverse. Now, the Death card in reverse, it's potentially that she's gone too far, or there's something about King Charles in the mix, because King Charles is a Scorpio. And she's wanting to do something with that. Okay, let's have a look and see what's crossing over. The door has been closed. I think they really feel that with not getting That might be a bit foreshadowing, but I feel like they both think they're not getting that IPP status back. And this is the door closed. This is the one type of a money saving situation that would have elevated their wealth quickly, because they would have stopped paying for security. I mean, heck, they wouldn't have if it's not just the security that's paid for, it's the transportation. You know, it's not just bodyguards, it's intelligence, it's access to things, it's denial of you don't have to you're not one of the normal citizens anymore. You're above the law in a certain regard. Motorcades paid for, like motorcades in beige. I mean, so I feel like there's that element coming on as well. The High Priestess is in reverse. She is very, very bothered. Oh, the King of Pentacles is underneath as well. They are in it together with a plotting little scheme. They think they're going to blow the internet up. They actually genuinely think they are going to skew things around and change things up. And they are going to reverse they're going to have a big Uno reverse moment, basically. This is what they're thinking. This is what they see. This is what they're planning. The High Priestess in reverse, she doesn't want an expose out on her. So she's putting as much stuff out there now because she's concerned somebody is going to come for her, and somebody's going to say some stuff about her that is going to incriminate her with something revolving around this corrective narrative. Yeah, that jumped out. What's this? It's not working. That's the thing. She hasn't got anything to sell. She's trying her hand, a jack of all trades, master of none. She wants to be a vlogger. She wants to be this. She wants to be that. A blogger, I should say. Sorry. She wants to have an Instagram mom account. She wants to be a chef, a wholesome lady, a humanitarian, a fashion icon, a this, that, and the other. And there's an old adage where people said just because, you know, not everything is for everyone. Just because you want it doesn't mean it's going to land on you. If you work at it, you might get it, but you have to be singularity focused on something you want to work at, you know? She thinks she can have everything on a whim. And that's the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, guys. Money's not coming in quick enough either. And the only time they got rewarded with money is when they tried to nuke the royal family. And they're going to do it again. The royal family need to be very careful in the communication. I'm sure they are, but in the communications, and if the royal family seem to let out an olive branch because Megsy's over there saying, oh, I had preeclampsia from my moon bump or whatever. If she's out there saying that, the royal family need to really be wary of her and not jump and go and say, oh, we're very sorry you were allergic to moon bumps. You know, that kind of thing. They don't need to empathy. What is it called? Suicidal empathy, I think it's called. They need to keep their guard up. Because once they get in, they're very destructive. They want tea, they want relevance. They want tea to sell about the royals. The King of Swords is in reverse. So we have got either an air sign gentleman, a lawyer or a legal person. It could be an air sign gentleman raining in on them. Now, this can show that somebody around Meghan is potentially going to get, because it's in reverse and Meghan's spread, is going to be seen as corrupt. Or she's going to have a very bad experience with one. There are very famous air sign men in the world at the minute. The main one is Donald Trump. In fact, all of the big world leaders at the minute are air sign men. Xi Jinping, I don't think it's going to be Xi Jinping. I'm just using examples. Zelensky, Putin, Melodies, the crazy dude from Argentina. There's a lot of air signs. Benjamin Netanyahu, air. Xi Jinping, air. All of them, air. We're in an air sign world at the minute. That is also corrupt judgments, corrupt judges, corrupt contracts. There is a level of disruption. Things are not working out as she quite wants them to be. Things are a lot harder than she wanted them to be. So correcting this record and going into victim mode makes sense to her. Correcting her record from her narrative. Recollections may vary. How many children? I still have to say that because I will always have someone in the comments booting off at me going, there are no. I know. I'm here. I've been here. I've been here since 2019. I know. It's fine. We're all I take it from good faith that we're all kind of on the same page with the law, you know? The Justice card in reverse there. The Justice card in reverse shows that they are worried. They are worried about that IPP case. Part of this is just them trying to cover their tracks. The Hanged Man in reverse there, they're running out of patience and they've got no new ideas. They're going back to what worked the first time, what brought in the coin the first time. Didn't make them liked, but they think if they egg on the sympathy, layer on the sympathy a bit more, it's going to work this time. What's Einstein's definition of stupidity? That's the energy. That's the energy there. I'm saying it and I say it again. They are setting little traps for people. Be wary of her internet fans. They want you to behave, and yeah, I know the SS are annoying. Trust me, I get it. I honestly, but you do you. But just be aware that there's an element where they're wanting to antagonize people on X and Reddit, and Instagram, and all of those places to behaving in a manner that is matching this SS's energy. And I get it. I really get it. They're annoying. They're virulent. They're thingy. But sometimes the mute, the block is there for a reason, guys. I don't really engage with them. I think I answered back one last week. It was just like, oh, just go away, you know? And it's just like, go away in a very Downton Abbey kind of energy. It really is, and I'm not even posh, but I'm just like saying it's just like they are just there to stir things up, and I feel like people are getting baited, and that's been happening for a while. But I really feel like it's coming up. And yeah, they can run wild, but the thing is, they can run wild and say what they want. They just let them, and they always fall flat on their face. Look at the whole Kate-spiracy stuff. They look terrible after that. Look at the way they go for journalists, the way they act. They are the ones, they are the fandom that gets the press. They are the ones that are known in the public eye, and they're trying to get the royal fans and the Mexiteers to behave in that way and engage with them in this kind of like thing. Doobie-doo-doo. The last one. I am isolated, and my inheritance is that I am my son's mother, and blah, blah, blah. She is wanting to bring in on the inheritance, and she's going to try and bring in this energy where she's like, I am calm, I am safe, I am just here. I am here to be secluded and have, you know, just I'm just a nice woman, I have in this truce and all this stuff. But it's not long term. This is just an energy. This could be one day in the future, resulting from some of this energy. I do believe she's. Let's have a look and see what else comes out. Yeah, there's my classic Megan card, the Seven of Swords. She is up to stuff, guys. They are very present. Don't get me wrong. They are very present. They are very aware. They are very here online. They will follow and be aware of quite a lot of creators. Quite a lot of them. And they'll be interested in following what they say and what they do. But only from a standpoint to correct the record. The biggest creators, the creators that they'll have the most problem with, or people like Dan Wootton, or people like Lady Colin Campbell, or people like Taz, or people like Murky Meg, potentially P. Dina. I don't think anything. I don't know if anything's happened to P. Dina yet. This isn't like some kind of like, oh my God, tell P. Dina. No, this is just me saying that the people with the largest crossover, the ones that are like more to go mainstream, because trust me, there are some interesting characters in the Hexet community, but the ones who seem to have the crossover, who could transfer well to the mainstream, they are the ones who are potentially the biggest targets. So Dan Wootton, look what's happened to him. There's more allegations against that lad now. I mean, blooming hell. Lady C, I mean, honestly, yeah, she I don't think they'd love to get her, but they just can't because she's Lady C. And what happened with Taz with the papers, and it's been twice now with the papers with Taz. One of she was taken out of context by one of them. I think it was the other year. And then, of course, there's this whole Taz is a troll in the Daily Fail thing, which dropped out of the news. So you see where I'm coming from. They will come for the ones with the biggest crossover, because anybody who is, but they will use examples of discourse from people who are engaging with the sugars, basically, and anyone who's being really weird and very strange about stuff, or there's a danger there. And that's what I feel. And I'm just saying, I just feel like just careful, because I feel like we're getting some people look up. Let's just have a quick look at Harry's energy, and I'm going to just use the, I'm not going to go and do a tarot spread because I've kept you all here long enough, but I am going to just use the Sassy deck just to see where Harry is with all of these podcast pronunciations and things like that. Oh, he's heavily medicated. Okay. Life's always more fun when you're, when you've taken pharmaceutical vitamins, whatever it is. Yes, the road trip as well. It's something he doesn't want to go on a journey. The poster. Oh, yeah. He is in it, guys. He is in it. The road trip, there's a journey coming up, and he doesn't want to take this journey. Now, there's a lot going on with the charities. So this card came up, a similar card came up in a spread yesterday. And road trip in reverse, that energy in reverse, it looks like he's not planning anything. He's not thinking ahead, and he doesn't want to take a trip. He doesn't want, which is odd because he likes mushrooms and bins, but he doesn't want to take a physical trip rather than a psychedelic one. The poster, it seems like he is absolutely fine with this kind of inorganic mess that's being created around him. He is aware of it. He's fine. He's fine with it. He's medicating himself, but he's fine. He is going to be a mess. He's going to churn out his guts. It's going to look gruesome and so unnecessary. He's going to cause a lot of, there's something coming with all of this that he's going to try and cause a lot of mess, guys. And the bullshit artist. They're trying to do 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D chess, but they're playing noughts and crosses on the back of a cigarette packet. This is what they're trying to do. They are trying to do it. They're trying to position themselves and have people come out, but this is it. Yeah, I think everybody would look. There's something coming. There's this nauseous energy. There's this like, ugh. Everybody's just going to be like over it. They think they're going to have the impact with their truth bombs like they did with after Her Late Majesty Queen Elizabeth passed, and they think they're going to have that kind of clout. Well, they're not, because the whole world's seen through them. We're in a post South Park time. Everybody's got their number apart from the people who are paid and some insane people who just like dragging on the monarchy, and they will use Markle and Dimwit to hit them, the monarchy, with, basically. This is more like being like a TED talk today, hasn't it? So yeah, that's what I see in the cards. That's quite a few of my opinions. I would like to know what you think about all of what I've said, because it's just some of this, I feel, with regards to how she's playing the community, I think it does deserve a wider discussion, and it should be something that people are aware of. Just to be mindful for themselves, just in case anything happens, and people can connect and make sense of what's going on in a way. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's what I've got for you today, guys. There will be a live stream tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday tomorrow, April the 16th. Wow, where's this year going? I will love yous and leave yous now. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you in a bit, guys. Bye, everyone.